Yes. Unfortunately, this is what you think it is. Um, I hate to say the P word, but it is a podcast. There comes a time in every comedian's career when he looks at the microphone and he decides, you know what? It's time for me to sit and talk into a camera for an hour. It's not a proud moment. I'm at a bottom right now. You're seeing a man at rock bottom. But yeah, no, I decided to start a podcast because a lot of people have been asking me how they can support me. I basically just post 4-second videos on TikTok. How is anyone going to support me? But now, if you liked 4-second videos on TikTok, you can listen to me drone for hours. That's a natural progression, right? Anyway, I think it's going to be fun. I also think it's important for me as a comedian to flex this muscle of talking, the thing that I'm supposed to do with my life, speaking into a microphone. So I'm going to try to get better at it. I'm going to work on this framing. This is what I woke up with, and I was like, yeah, this is a podcast background. One floating shelf. And I would like to have most of the frame be a microphone arm. I think that's what the people want. Well, I think this is going to be fun because I have a lot of interesting things to share from my life, I used to be a full-time computer programmer. I used to work in San Francisco. I was part of a startup. We got acquired. I worked at Yahoo for 3 years after that. Then I quit, and now I'm a full-time comedian. I got some stories. So I'm going to learn how to do this a little by little because this is very strange for a stand-up comedian. A stand-up comedian, we basically hide behind jokes, I spend years honing jokes sometimes. So, and then those jokes become like my armor, right? It's not really me speaking. It's a version of me. But this is real me. Yeah. Real Richard. But I think it's like with anything, I always try to do things little by little. I mean, I think that's the way you do anything. You break it down, you do the smallest thing, and then you see where that goes. So with this podcast, I think I'll start with 5 minutes, huh? And then the next podcast could be 7 minutes, 30 seconds. And just like a weightlifter, eventually I'll be lifting 1 hour. An hour. Well, I appreciate everybody who's here because it's definitely given me some like confidence in my voice. I really appreciate the support from people who enjoyed the Night of the Living Karens. A lot of people have been asking me to make more Night of the Living Karens, but it's very time consuming, especially all the production that goes into it. I was spending quite a bit of money to do it, but that doesn't mean it's over. Zach and I, Zach is the other guy from the series. We are writing a full-length movie, and it's actually going pretty good. So, I mean, I can even just read you a little bit of the script right now. Okay, so this is the Night of the Living Karens full-length movie. We're debating, should we call the movie Coronavirus or maybe Carantagion? But okay, so this scene in the movie, for those of you who don't know the series, basically I get into a fight with a Karen, this middle-aged blonde woman. She bites me and gives me an infection. And the infection is a virus where I start turning into a Karen, very similar to a zombie movie. And as I start transforming into a Karen, the bite on my arm starts spelling Karen. But when she bites me initially, it's just a K mark. So that's how Karen's teeth are arranged. They have 2 rows of teeth that make a K. So I got bit, and now I'm turning into a Karen. Okay, so this scene, this is from page 59 of the movie. So in this scene, Zach, my friend, has been working at a coffee shop, and the coffee shop is closing because so many Karens have been coming to the coffee shop with complaints, and they've been complaining so much that the Yelp reviews are suffering, and the coffee shop can no longer do business. So in this scene, Kurt, the owner of the coffee shop, is giving a speech, letting the employees know that he has to close. And Zach and a couple of the other employees are there during the speech. Halfway through the speech, Richard is going to show up, and he's going to ruin this party. So here we'll get started. Interior, Kurt's Coffee, the front bar. Zach, Joey, and Roger sit at a table while Kurt walks around the room, musing and pondering. My father loved coffee. Everybody nods in understanding. Hell, he would drink coffee before going to bed. Kurt chuckles to himself. I remember the first time he showed me how to roast a bean. I didn't know it then, but that bean was the start of a dream. Kurt gazes at the walls of the coffee shop. Joey gives Zach a smirk. Zach holds back a smile. All I wanted was to show the world that there's nothing that a decent cup of coffee can't fix. Roger agrees. Hear, hear. Kurt walks over to a steaming pot of fresh coffee. He holds the pot high in the air like a torch. One last cup of coffee for the road, boys. Joey whispers to Zach, Are we going to war? Zach giggles. He and Joey have developed a rapport in the short time they've known each other. Kurt gathers some cups from behind the bar and pours coffees. There's a knocking on the glass. Everyone looks toward the entrance. Richard is banging on the door. The door chimes ring as he pounds on the glass. Who's that? Zach has a deer in the headlights look. That's, my friend. Your friend? Huh, wow. A friend of Zach's is a friend of Kurt's. Kurt walks over to the door and opens it. How do you do? I'm Kurt. Richard gives Kurt a scowl and walks over to a table in the corner of the room, away from the group. He sits down and pouts while he surveys the group. Zach is nervous. This is Richard, everyone. He's giving me a place to stay here in LA. Hey, Richard, we've heard a lot about you. Richard looks suspiciously from person to person. Hey, let me get you a cup of coffee. I have decaf. If I want something, I'll get it myself. Oh, okay, sure. Kurt brings cups to the others. Well, I know it's not much. I wish I could give you all a huge bonus. But life doesn't always work out the way you want. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. This party isn't fun. Everybody looks at Richard. Excuse me? Joey whispers to Zach, is your friend okay? Zach leans toward Richard. Hey, just relax. I don't like it here. It's not fun. These people aren't fun. You're being rude right now. This place sucks. Well, I'm sorry, young man, but I take a lot of pride in this little shop. The floor is dirty. The pictures are ugly. Richard points to a picture of Kurt's father on the wall. It smells gross. This guy looks like a weird robot. Richard motions toward Roger and his hearing aids. Is he serious? Zach swallows. No, he's joking. Paul, the custodian, 55, African-American, salt and pepper hair, enters from the break room with a broom. Richard flinches when he sees Paul. He's trying to assault me. Everyone looks over to Paul. Paul looks up unassumingly. I'm sorry? Zach exclaims, Richard! Richard stands up out of his chair. You can't intimidate me, sir. Put down your weapon. Richard points at Paul. Paul looks at the broom in his hands. The bite mark on Richard's arm now spells K-A-R-E. What the hell? I don't understand. I mean, he's just cleaning. Yo, check your boy, Zach. Don't you come any closer to me. No one has moved toward Richard. Zach stands up. To Richard, these are my co-workers. To everyone else, I'm really sorry about this, guys. He's not feeling well. He never acts like this. Don't apologize to these thugs. Thugs? You guys gotta go. Yeah, both of you, get the hell out. Zach looks around apologetically. Zach and Richard leave in painful silence. So that's a couple of pages from the movie. We've been writing it for a little while now. We have, it's almost done. I think it'll be done in a couple weeks, and then we can, we can try to find someone who wants to make it. I don't really know how getting a movie made works, you know? I've been trying to get into acting here in Hollywood, and it's, oh my God. It's, here's what they do. So basically, they look at you and they say, what do you look like? And then they give you a type. So they'll say, your type is Geek Squad computer guy. And then you have to go and take headshots where you look like a Geek Squad computer guy. Then those headshots get sent to casting directors, and they go, oh, yeah, we have a spot for a Geek Squad computer guy. Bring that guy in for an audition. And then you go in for the audition and you read the lines. Oh, you want me to fix your computer? Or tuk, 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 tuk. And they go, wow, great performance. And then they put you in whatever it is. It's just really funny because the way they type people is even they give you a socioeconomic class. They go, oh, you have the bone structure of a working class person. You can only play a mailman. So obviously the whole thing is backwards. But the industry has so much momentum behind it, and it's so exclusive that they're able to maintain this weird like status quo. It's the problem is very apparent if you look at like some of the casting websites for actors. So if you look at a website called like LA Casting or Casting Networks or Actors Access, these are all websites where aspiring actors post their pictures and stuff in hopes that they will get cast in something. If you look at those websites, they look like a GeoCities website from 1999. So it kind of tells you a little bit about where Hollywood is, you know, in terms of getting up to speed. Well, yeah, I did a couple more things I want to talk about. The reason I'm doing this, you know, the algorithms on these social media platforms are very interesting, and they're not. What I find fascinating is that you can have a certain number of followers, but not all of your followers see your content. Isn't that interesting? Oh, 1.5 million people follow my account. This video got 80,000 views. What is that? What's the point of having someone subscribe to your account if they don't see your stuff? I mean, it's an issue of too much noise, right? Yeah, somebody follows your account, but they're also following 800 other accounts. This guy cannot keep up with 800 accounts worth of material, so he only sees the videos that the algorithm deems him most important. Kind of a weird system. So anyway, I wanted to do this podcast because I feel like this is a better opportunity to like actually connect with people. Because the point is not to have followers. The point is to have like interesting, meaningful dialogue and connections with people, right? So if you leave a comment on this, I'm going to respond. And let's build something. And man, oh, the internet is just such a diabolical place. The trolls on TikTok are getting to a new level right now. I've tried to win a battle with a troll, but you just can't win. I posted some video on TikTok and it was like just some stand-up video, and someone goes, yeah, this isn't funny, not for me. So then I responded, yeah, sorry you didn't like it. It seems like a bunch of other people do. And then they responded, why are you responding to this comment? Why don't you focus on the positive comments? Why do you have to comment on this? What's wrong with you? And then I was like, what? And then someone dogpiled on that comment. They're like, yeah, these creators, they always focus on the negative. I was like, whoa, do not engage. Do not engage. This is fun. I like this. I've been biting my own cheek a lot. Do you guys bite your own cheek? Why does my mouth not know what's food and what is my cheek? Is that a design flaw in the human body? Okay, we're going to eat some meat, but the thing that you're going to use to eat the meat is also made of meat. I always felt like that when I was eating tripe, you know, in Vietnamese pho. They put tripe, which is stomach lining. When the stomach lining goes into your stomach and your stomach lining has to process that stomach lining, how does that work? Anyway, so I do bite my cheek a lot when I'm eating, and I'm like, my body is broken, right? Like, why would... How can I have a relationship with someone when I'm destroying myself from the inside? You would never sell a car to someone and be like, yeah, this car is slowly eroding from the inside. My friend gave me a trading card here. This is an NBA Hoops Kyle Kuzma from the Lakers. Gave me this card. Hopefully it'll be worth something one day. There's only one. People have been getting into trading NFTs right now. And I just want to talk about the NFT craze really quickly. The reason that there's a huge craze around NFTs is because people don't understand what it is. An NFT means that there can only be one. So it's like, but it's interesting because, look, if you have a painting of like Van Gogh's Starry Night, you have the only Van Gogh Starry Night. Somebody else can come into your house and they can take a picture of it. Someone can even sit down and paint an exact copy of Starry Night, but you still have Van Gogh's original Starry Night. With NFTs, it's the same thing, except it's all online. So I can make something online and say, okay, this is mine. This is the NFT. There's only one. Somebody else can still make a copy of it and say, okay, this is my copy. But I have the original. The problem is there's virtually no difference between the copy and the original because it's online. At least with, Van Gogh's Starry Night in person, you can be like, yeah, this looks exactly the same, but Van Gogh didn't paint this one. Online, it's the same thing, right? You could be like, okay, I'm the only one who made this digital painting. Someone made a copy, but this is a copy. It's not the original one. The thing is, there's no way to tell, except for the fact that if you go in the NFT database, it'll be like, no, this is the real one. So you have to decide, like, what's the value here? People think that I think the reason that people think that NFTs are worth a lot right now is because they think they have the only one. They think that other people can't look at it, or they think that people can't make copies of it, but they can. So once all that gets addressed, we're going to see what the real value of NFTs is. Right now, though, it's a great time to just buy some and see if you can take advantage of the confusion in the market and just make some money off of people's stupidity. That can definitely happen. Oh, yeah, I'm going to make some NFTs of my Karen videos. Hey, guys, you want to buy those? You're the only one that owns them. $10,000 a piece. I could probably make a few $100,000. And you could too. Just make an NFT right now and sell it. You will make money. There's articles online on how to do it. I don't have to talk about it here. Wow, guys, this is fun. 23 minutes of just talking to the camera. Guys, I honestly never thought I could do this because I am so like soft-spoken that I really had a fear that literally I always feel like I can't talk. Like in conversations, if there's more than one other person, I usually just become quiet. I'm like, I don't know how to talk to these people. Or I always feel like, I'm not important enough to be heard. So I think that's part of the reason why I was attracted to stand-up comedy, because when you're the only person who has the microphone, well, you have to get heard. This podcast is going to evolve. I'm going to find my best angle. Yeah, I think this is my good angle right here. Oh, I should have been like this the whole time. Oof, the whole time I was like this. But see the difference? I hope you like my my floating shelf here. My apartment is very clean, super clean. I have a question. How come anytime my friends come over and I ask them to take off their shoes, why am I the bad guy? They're like, "Oh, you want me to take off my shoes?" Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you just stepped in dog shit outside, but I hate being such a bad person here. But would you mind? Would you mind just? Would you mind taking your shoes off? I'm sorry. I know this is a lot to ask. For my friends, when they come over and they take off their shoes, it becomes like a cultural experience. Like I'm Indian, right? They come in, they take off their shoes, they're like, "Wow, India has such a fascinating culture." I'm like, "This is not Indian culture, okay? This is me not wanting dog feces on my carpet." I think if not wanting dog excrement rubbed all of your apartment is Indian, I think we should all become Indian. Well, I got to find I have to find a name for this podcast. I think We Are All Indian is a good start, but I'm open to suggestions. Anyway, guys, this has been really fun. If you made it this far, wow. You are a special person. But I appreciate you very much. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off now. See you all soon.